of doing some heavy lifting lately, so I thought maybe we'd take a break and I'd talk to you a little bit about some of the stuff I have around here and some of the things I got some emails on. So let's do a little of that today, and we'll get back to the heavy stuff next week. Okay, first thing, people wanted to know what I'm sitting on here. What is this thing? Well, it's the back seat of my Cadillac. It's leather seat out of my '68 Cadillac. I took the seat out and made this couch. Here was the radio out of this, and there's a little Cadillac emblem there. This was the back seat, and then this is all redwood here. And it extends down a ways, but that's what I'm sitting on. Classy couch. These are ceramic 6 guns. Just for decoration. I made a lot of them in different designs and different themes. So, hand me that one over there, Bob. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. This is one I made to go with my brand shirts. I made a pair of them, actually, these two. Leather holster. These are fashioned after the Peacemaker, which was a famous cowboy gun that you probably think of, and I love the design. So I've made a lot of them, and I use them for different themes. You can see it's ceramic. This is the way all guns should end up, as art. They're non-functional. That doesn't shoot, that's just something to look at. That's a beautiful design, and I like it. Anyway, that's what that is. Same as those. Thanks, Bob. This, incidentally, here, you see, Cross M, that's my brand. It's a cattle brand. It's actually registered with the state of California. If I was to choose, I could brand cattle, but I would never do that because it's so painful, and I just would never do that to an animal. But I did it. I registered the brand because I signed my paintings with that. Let me show you what the brand looks like. This is a mini brand. This is what I used to. I would brand paintings with this. That's what I branded that with. Branded different pieces of wood around the bunkhouse here. Different places I go and I brand somebody's deck or whatever. That's what that is. I also have a large brand, regular cattle brand, which I just had made for decoration. I don't use it. It's never been used. I might brand something someday, like somebody's concrete driveway or something. I don't know, around their pool. I don't know. Anyway, that's my brand. As you can see, I have my brand on my shirt. If you want to know more about this brand, you can go, actually, if you want to look it up, you can go to the california.gov, I think it is, and I think that's what, is that what it is, Bob? He's not sure. Anyway, it's california.gov or something. In the agriculture department, there's something called the brand book. Or actually, if you just Google the brand book, you'll probably get it. Brand book California, and it'll come up. Anyway, I'm in there. I'm registered, and I think I'm on page 200 and something. If you want, go look it up, and you can see my brand. Also, we're going to talk about this. Not today, but down the line, we're going to start talking about my brand. But if you want to learn a little more about it right now, I'll tell you where to go. Go to Following Thomas Merton .blogspot.com. There's no spaces in between these. Following Thomas Merton .blogspot.com. Following Thomas Merton .blogspot.com. Go there, and I talk about my brand. On a recent trip I went up to the Redwoods to do some painting. You'll give you some idea what it's about. And of course, as I said, we're going to be talking about it later at another time down the road. Another thing people ask me about, Bob, can you give me the CD, our theme CD? I mean, not CD, but LP. No, not the CD, the LP. Yeah, right there. Okay, thanks. They want to know what the theme music is I use. Well, this is it. It's from an old LP that I bought back in 1960. It was recorded in 1960. It's called The Blues Message, with Paul Bryant and Curtis Amey. Paul Bryant on the Hammond B3 and Curtis on the tenor saxophone. There's also Roy Brewster on the valve trombone, and Clarence Jones on the bass, and James Miller on the drums. It's a quintet. They played in LA in the 60s. They were a local LA group. And in the 60s there was a lot of jazz groups in LA, and I really loved jazz, so I bought a lot of LPs back then. And I bought this one in 1960, and I've had it all this time. But they used to put liner notes on the back of all LPs, and there were these scholarly kind of, I call it jazz speak, they put back here. So, but anyway, I was just reading this again. I haven't read it in a long time, but I read it, and it's funny because it's so dated, because this came out in 1960. So I'm just going to read this one little sentence here from the back cover to show you how dated it is. It says, Dynamite Jackson's, that's the place that where this quintet played. Dynamite Jackson was the name of a club. Dynamite Jackson's on Adams Boulevard in the heart of the Crenshaw district of Los Angeles is a small, intimate club which caters predominantly to Negro clientele. Now, isn't that dated? They were Negroes before they were black, and now they're African Americans. But anyway, that shows you how dated this stuff is. But the music is great. I love the music. And so I've had some questions about that. So what I think I'll do for the rest of the time here is I'll have Bob bring up the music, and we'll listen to it on the way out. And then in the meantime, I come back next week, and we'll start getting back to work again and start talking about art in the art book. Go to my website and send me an email, and go to this following thomasmerton.blogspot.com and learn a little about my cross, and then we'll see you next week. All right. Bring up the music, guys.
Thank you.